Hello and welcome back to Literary Lauren. I do not normally look like this. I am a little bit unwell, as you can most likely tell, and today is my day off and I'm going to be resting all day, but I thought it would be a great idea to film basically a 12-hour readathon of me just reading The Golden Raven and trying to finish this book in a day because this series has just been absolutely haunting, occupying every single brain cell that I possibly have. Now there's less of them because of how sick I feel. But I thought I would film my day in reading this because I have no video to go out on Friday and we are kind of desperate for a video. The Golden Raven is like the second book in the second trilogy of the All for the Game series. We're following Jean and Jeremy. Sorry for my horrible pronunciation, but yeah, I'm down bad for these books. I'm down bad for these characters. First port of call is that we are going to be cleaning my room and trying to feel alive again. I've taken some Panadol, I've done my nasal spray. We're going to have to get ourselves into gear for a lovely day of reading this book. Very excited. I have very luckily not been spoiled for this book. It's like 500, almost 500 pages on my Kindle, so I think I can read it in a day. We're going to wait and see, but all I'm going to be doing is reading this book. So we'll see how we go. I am going to drink my coffee and sort out this really poor excuse of a room right now. So that's what I'm going to be doing really quickly this morning before I can dive into The Golden Raven. Let's go do that. So you would have seen that I did my skincare routine, put a bit of bronzing drops on just to feel a little bit more human. I put a bit of jewelry on for literally no reason other than I need to feel a little bit normal. Sorry, my shelves are still a little bit of a mess, but I've used so much energy. I think I'm just going to take like an hour off from doing anything else. I might just chuck some clothes in the wash and once that's done, I'll do another half hour of work. You can still hear I'm sounding terrible. The amount of tissues I've gone through, it's disgusting. But my amazing, beautiful friend Cara gave me some very early birthday presents. Might I add, my birthday's not until April, but she was like, I'm not going to see you because she lives in Melbourne. So we don't get to see each other very often, but we met through this allergy group that we're part of, and she got me some books. So I thought it would be a perfect time to show you, and I might do a video reading them soon because I trust her judgment and I trust her recommendations for me. At first she gave me A Court This Cruel and Lovely by Sassia Stark. I have heard good things about this series, but I'll just read you a little bit of the blurb. Just hours after humans are born, the gods take what little power we have. In return, they protect our borders from the vicious, merciless Fae. That seems really interesting. I feel like I'm getting into a fantasy mood, so hopefully this will be a good pick when I do enter that fully. The next book that she got me was Modern Divination. This cover is simply beautiful. I can't even. The blurb of this one. The color of magic was gold. 23-year-old witch Aurelia Schwartz has always had to carefully balance her human life with her secret magical one. With a place at elite Cambridge College, she almost has everything she could possibly want within her grasp. Just so long as she follows the rules. Make no promises. Tell no one what you are and never stay the night. Interesting. But yeah, can we just take a moment for how beautiful this cover is? I love it so much. So that'll be another pick. The next book that she got me was The Wren in the Holly Library, and this cover again is just simply beautiful. And the back of this one says, in a world where monsters are real, a thief should be careful who she steals from. I love the gold foiling. I love the cover. This is going to be another one that I'm going to dive into and absolutely devour. I love these books so much. Thank you, Cara. And I'm going to be putting them in my spreadsheet now and then finding a spot on the shelves for them. I am about to actually finally sit down and start The Golden Raven. I finished the Sunshine Court last night and I was very intrigued. I wasn't prepared for how devastating it was going to be being within Jean's point of view, but I think this one's going to devastate me even more. My brother's just gotten home, so I'm don't know if I'm going to read straight away, but we will see how we go. I'm very excited to dive into this one. My Kindle is saying that I need approximately 11 hours to complete this book, and between like eating lunch, having coffees and that sort of thing, I'm going to allot myself 12 hours to read this book and see if I can beat the time my Kindle is setting for me. And I'm very excited to read it because I just think I love the story so much. So we'll have to see how we go. So I am about an hour into this reading challenge, and I think I'm about 10% of the way into this book, which kind of tracks. My Kindle is telling me that I have 10 hours left, so I feel like I'm pretty good so far. I didn't really factor in my need for naps today because I'm so tired and exhausted and fatigued that I might need a cheeky little nap, and I am flagging a little bit. My energy has just plummeted to the absolute floor. So I might need to take a cheeky nap. But yeah, being sick is just so awful. I haven't been sick for over a year, so it's just kind of floored me a little bit. I hate feeling like this, and I feel disgusting. I don't know. I'm sniffly. I'm not feeling the greatest, but this book is kind of actively saving me. We're already I'm only like 9% in, and something has like shocking has already happened, although we did kind of know it was coming. But I just want to give everyone a big hug because everyone just seems to be going through it, but I just want them to be happy and healthy and all the above, as I said in my other video. But yeah, I think we're on track to finish this book hopefully today, but depending on how much I need to nap, that might extend into tomorrow, and I've called in sick because there is no way that I'll be recovered enough to go to work tomorrow. I just feel so shit. Let's see how we go. Yeah, live, laugh, love. So it's 3 hours later, and I just woke up from the deepest nap I've ever had in my life. I slept for 3 hours. It was amazing. I feel slightly refreshed. Still disgusting, slightly refreshed. Yes, there's no way I'm finishing this book today, but we will see how we go. I'm going to dive back into reading. I am going to take a cheeky guess and say that the clip that I filmed when I just woke up isn't going to be any good, because if I'm the same as when I wake up in the morning, I am dead to the world. So I'm here to film another one after I've had a cheeky coffee just to tie me over a little bit until I can actually sleep for the night. And we are going to dive back into this book. I'm so exhausted. I can't think. Picked up my laptop to do some work on it, and I was like, I can't do this right now. I don't have the head for it. Hence why we're cuddling up in bed and reading a book about people with trauma, which is in no way light, but I know these characters and I know the writing of these books, and I kind of want to be like within the hype. I'm feeling pretty gross, but we are going to keep going. I've read about 10% of the book, and I'm an hour and a half in on actual reading time. I'm now 20% into the Golden Raven. The rest of the players at the Trojans are starting to find out about Jean's trauma and past and how restrictive the Ravens were, which is really devastating. And they're all like, what? Like where's your rage? Where's your anger? And they're so angry for him, but Jean's just still not in that headspace to be open completely about it. And it's just so devastating. They've just gotten home from a dinner, and Cody is in Jean's house, and they hear Jean say Jeremy or whatever in his accent, and Cody's like, oh, no wonder, like Jeremy would have hit his knees. And there's a person on TikTok that's like sharing what Jean's accent would be and how he would say certain names, and Cody clocking that Jeremy would have loved the way that Jean pronounced his name. I just thought they clocked it like really beautifully and funnily. Like it was just a really cute moment. I think Cody is like really sweet. They're a fun character to be around and very considerate of Jean and not wanting to step on his toes, and just like giving Jean space to open up more freely. But I really like Cody. I love Jeremy. I love Jean. The light-hearted nature of the characters is kind of coming out. That's why I like to see them being like vulnerable and connecting despite everything they've been through. We are now 5 hours in, 40% through the Golden Raven, and oh my god, this shit is so heartbreaking, so stressful, so saddening. I'm sat here just wanting to give them all a hug, but knowing that they don't want hugs. So I'd just be standing there like the whole time. I really want Jean and Jeremy to have a moment. I just want them to have more moments together. Like, we don't actually get them alone very much, and I really just want them to like connect a bit more. The fireworks are a moment. They're fireworks on the cover, so it's not really a spoiler, but the fireworks are a moment. Really sweet. I like that we're kind of seeing a bit of Kevin, a bit of Andrew, and that their characterization is just expected and so true to them. Like, I'm glad that they haven't changed a bit, obviously, because it's like the next year after anyway. I'm a bit sad we literally haven't had any any gameplay yet, which I really hoped that we would get some more. Maybe that is yet to come, but I loved the gameplay side of the other books, and we're just not getting as much, or any really. We're just getting training and that sort of stuff. Jean is still very much grappling with what had happened to him, even admitting to himself that he was wronged. I think that's the hardest part, that you sat there and you know that he's endured so much trauma, but he can't even acknowledge it, which is just so heartbreaking. What we know as an audience is literally just even the surface in itself. It's just so sad. I really hope that there's a satisfying ending to his story, even if it's not in this book. I'm really happy with my progress so far. The fact that I've read 40% within 5 hours of reading time, knowing this is a really long book, I'm happy with that. I saw a comment on TikTok being like, is it good? No. Is it incredible? Yes, that kind of thing. It's kind of that book that you're not going to turn to this book for amazing representation of trauma. You're reading to invest in character development and character relationships and payoff for characters, hoping for and striving for a positive outcome for these characters. You're not going into this book thinking you're going to be absolutely wowed by the representation. I'm going to go keep reading, because what else am I going to do with my time? What else am I going to do with my time? It is the next day. I still sound really bad, but I think I am on the mend. I did have a massive sleep, so I don't know if it's just that I'm well rested or if it's that I'm getting better. I hope it's the latter. I hope it's both, actually. Yeah, so we're like 7 hours into reading this and I'm 53% of the way in, but my Kindle is telling me I only have 5 hours left of reading time, which doesn't exactly make sense, but we'll see how we go. I am really liking it. We're starting to get like the dark backstory of other characters, which obviously is very sad, but it's providing a lot more context than what we had previously. I'm vibing with the characters, I'm vibing with the relationships. Minor spoiler, but Jean at one point is like, what cologne are you wearing? Take it off. And it was actually just a really cute moment between them, because we know what we know, but I feel like they don't know it yet. I'm going to keep reading. I still feel disgusting, but at least I'm alive. And Puppy Dog has been barking because I've been getting ready for the day, and he's been barking his head off, and now he's asleep. And I might sit out there with him because I think some fresh air will do me some good. Let's do that. We are going to tuck into the book again. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this. Does that really matter? Jeremy asked, studying Jean with a stare that felt prying. I'm not learning French for anyone but you. Getting kicked in the chest would be a little less painful.
Are you being good, puppy? Oh, yeah.
We're about 8 to 9 hours into reading The Golden Raven and about 66% of the way into The Golden Raven. I have been waiting for gameplay this entire time. I really love the gameplay aspect of these books, and I've been craving it for so long, and now we're actually going to get some. And I'm rooting for the Trojans, but of course we don't know how this is going to go. We'll see how we go, especially because it's up against like the really antagonistic, like brutal team. But I am like really flagging. I'm so tired. I think it's caught up with me. I did manage like 5 hours awake before I felt like this again, so I think I need to go have another cheeky lie down. I just hate feeling sick. I will hopefully talk to you soon when I'm further into this book. Hopefully the Trojans win, but I can't really tell you that because then it would be a spoiler. I have about an hour's left of The Golden Raven, and we are clocking in at about 10 to 11 hours, and what we have learned is that my Kindle knows how long it takes me to read books. It's really good at predicting it. The timing is pretty much incredibly accurate. I'm really liking it. The characters, I just want to give them all a hug because things have already progressed and happened. I'm like, oh, I really wish you didn't have to go through that, guys. I don't know. I think it's sitting at like a 4 stars at the moment. I've got like 15% left though. Oh no, I've only got 9% left. Oh my gosh, I have less than 50 pages left. Anyways, I'm gonna go dive back in, and I will probably time-lapse my progress, because if it is the last hour, if it is within the last 10%, I'm sure that something's gonna happen and it's gonna kill me. I will get back to you when we have finished this book. Warren can go to hell. And by that, I mean Jeremy's stepfather, he can go to hell. Guys, someone please put a psychologist in the Ravens rooms or check the cameras, because everything's rather suspect. Something's not right. Something's not right. Guys, I finished The Golden Raven in just under 12 hours. Let me put this down a little bit because she's very bright. But I finished the book. I loved it so much. The ending was like so wholesome. I thought it was going to be like, oh, shock horror, we're ending on a plot twist. But this one was just really wholesome and I loved it so much. But that kind of concludes the series so far, and The Golden Raven only just came out, so we're gonna have to wait a little while until the next book in the series is released, but that's okay. At least we left out on all right note, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching this video, because you know what, it was just basically the diaries of a somewhat sick person with a cold deliriously reading a book that she's been wanting to read for the month and a half that she's known that it's existed. Please do everything necessary, like and subscribe and share. Thank you for listening to me ramble, and I'm so sorry. Hopefully the sinuses will have worked itself out by the time you see me next, and I'll see you next week. Bye.